Well, it's another simple autumn type of scene, but I'm doing this on an estuary river, and I've just changed my box easel, my studio easel, or my portable box easel, for this. I think this is the herring easel. I'm not sure. It's a metal easel, a tripod. It's very good quality, but my board is not quite level at the top, so I'm just trying to get that so it doesn't rock in there. So I've lost my bench in front, my table, which rested on the box easel, but I've got a box, an old fishing tackle box that I can keep the paints in. But the reason for this is I'm getting a bit fed up with the almost vertical way of painting. We've done so many demonstrations with it upright. It's okay for acrylics and so on, obviously in oils, because the paint doesn't drop down with gravity. But 90 degrees, 80 degrees, anything above 45 degrees really, there's a lot of gravity pulling the paper, the wet paint and the original wet surface down. So, but I've got plenty of table space and stuff. I know I work in a bit of a mess, as you know, but well, here's my palette, and it's lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna, which I'm not using at the moment. I'm trying to get away with the light red. I'm just going to wet these colours a little bit to give a more Ron Ransom feel to it. I've got my old laptop there. Wait, I've got a bit of space for my. I'll just take my rubber. When your putty rubbers go round like that, oh, excuse me, they tend to roll about and get lost on the floor. So if you press them flat, just put them down, then they won't go anywhere. So I'm going to wet the paper all over. It's another sort of an improvised one. My brush is very dirty from the autumn one I've just done on the Ashdown Forest. It's not an accurate view. None of my views are accurate. It's probably just a bit sloppy. Let's just take a bit of that off. As the paper expands, as it will, just reclip it. Now I'm going to give that a bit of a wash over with some sienna, burnt sienna. A bit of lemon yellow, why not? A bit of red. Try and be a bit more creative with our skies. And put that in where the water's going to go. Plenty of cloth nearby. And I'll put a bit of a cloud in there, a bit of light red, a bit of ultramarine. And as you come down to the horizon, just vary the size of the clouds, and we can put that back into the water. Okay, we can make one of those clouds just a bit heavier. Get that one. Right, okay, that will do. I'll give my brush a good clean and dab it off on this bit of cloth. Right, so now reclip the paper. Okay, this is a much more amenable sort of angle for watercolour painting. But it's done okay for the over 2 years that I've been using the watercolours like that, or the actual angle. But see, now it's not all running down. It is to a certain extent, but not a lot. It gently blends, and so we can now put in some background. So I'll use a bit of alizarin in the background, a bit of Payne's grey, just using the colours. We'll just do these gentle hills in the background, quite gentle, and we can put in a bit of colour under there, just bring it down to sort of a horizon. We're going to paint into this some autumny sort of trees. I leave my buildings just nice and not painted. Now we don't want too much water now. We want some autumny colours on there, so a bit of blue, bit of red, bit of umber. And we just drop that in. Oops, bit red. Oh, maybe sorry, a bit blue. See, look, it's a totally different animal now. More or less stays where you put it. Bit of red and a bit of sienna and a bit of blue. This is a wonderful brush for painting sort of impressionist, rough landscape. Let's just put that at the top of this. Put that over there. Okay, I'm going to re-clip the paper again. Nice and flat. I'm very much influenced by Ron Ransom with all this. I've always loved him, his work anyway. Not him personally, as I know him. But if you haven't yet seen Ron Ransom demonstrating, I know there are videos of him, but Mike Porter has put a lovely video on with Ron, who's about 90, over 90 now, demonstrating his technique with the hake. So where it all came from. Okay, we can put in some bit of a bank. Leaving bits of white here and there. Unpainted then. Right, okay, see what happens. It's so different than before. Right, now I'll put in some nice banking here. The thing that Ron did was to use the paint straight from the tube. But if you do that, that's okay, but it goes dry and you can waste an awful lot of paint. Because you've got to scrape it off and start again. But I cover my palette with a Ziploc bag, suggested by Maria Kellner, whose debt I will always be. So this, we can put a couple of rocks in. We like rocks, don't we? And we'll get some sienna, burnt umber in there. Bit of blue, mix in with that. This would be the bank of the water. Bit of autumny red, bit of blue. Okay. Now I quite like that. Now a bit more dark, a bit of blue, a bit of brown. Oh, hello, Freddie. I mean, Freddie. Sad Fred's gone, isn't he? Freddie's dead. Run over. Right, okay. let's just edge out the card, just a little bit of this, just those areas that have got a bit flat. Just some texture. Make it look as if there's something else going on here in the foreground. We don't want much in the foreground. That will do. Right, okay. Now while that is drying off, well, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put the banking over here now. So just a shadow, then we've got a bit of light. Oh, I love doing all this. It's exciting. You never know quite how it's going to turn out. Everyone's different. Now some sienna. Hello, Harry. Harry's the cat. Let's put a little bit of reflection in there. Right, okay. Clean the brush. And with a bit of, I'm going to use the flat brush. And I'm going to put a bit of umber and a bit of grey, Payne's grey, and it's just I'll put a door in it, a bit naff, it's a little bit even. Let's just rough up the edge a little bit with some sort of tiles. And do a lighter one behind, but a bit of red in that one. Leave a separation and a bit of burnt umber in there. Okay, so that margin just gives it a bit of form. Okay, now I'm going to dry that off now. So take your headphones off. You're listening on headphones. Right, ready, go. I'm going to do a little bit of dry brush on this water here, using those sky colours, which was to just see a little bits and pieces, just a slight dark. Use the damp hake and just I've done that. Just take that out. Okay. And just a little bit of yellow, a bit of sienna and red. Just see if I can just dry brush. I don't practice the dry brush very much. I like this. I mean, I paint dry, but I don't paint dry brush. Put a little bit of water in there. Right, that will do, that will do. Go dry that again. Close your ears, Harry. You won't like this. Right, let's see if you're comfortable. I'll show you. Come on, Harry. Come show your fans. Come on. Come on. Come on, Harry. Come on. Ah. Come on. Come on. He's under my easel, so I can't angle the camera down to show you. Right, now I want to put in a bit of texture in here with a bit of tree. Here he is. Come on. Oh, he's 3 months and 3 weeks old today. There he is. Oh, must have got down. But he's doing all right. Hello, Harry. There he is. Off you go. We won't push out that. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of texture on this bank here. Bit of green, why not? Right, just a little bit of. I'll use a rigger now. Just some little twigs, branches coming up, just something. Just a bit of palette grey. And then in here we just a bit of seaweed. And I reckon like a marker. Just. There. Don't really want to show that, it would hardly show there. Let's put some, so I might put some, oh I know what I'm going to do. With my little 1/2 inch flat I want to put a door in there, just a dark. Good idea to mix a bit of umber with your greys. It warms the grey up. Right, that'll do. I'll just straighten up a little bit in here. Sort of a bit of a boat shack. And I'm going to put in some bits and pieces like that. I'll put some masts in. Just little bits of interest, nothing, no, well, what's I say, no portraits, just we can put a bit of white, so I'm using a bit of gouache to just soften it a little bit if I can. enough. Let's just... That won't dry very light. I don't think it's quite thin, so let's just take some of that out now. Give that a bit of a dry. Take your headphones off again. Well, we'll assume that's right. I'll just put in some hulls. A bit blue. Now the paint's run. Well, I'm going to blot that off. See if I can just go with some neat paint. I'm so stingy with my white gouache that it sort of, I'm trying to soften it when it's not expensive. Well, it is expensive. That tube was about £5, but it lasts a long time. The way I use it is just for highlights, basically. I don't use a lot of actual gouache paint such. It's just the white, but occasionally it's good to mix with a bit of say raw sienna, so you can do something like that. Okay, so that's it. I'll put a couple of seabirds in. Where it's nice and light. Right, that'll do. Put the mount on it. I do like the ivory mount. I've been using the blue, but I think the ivory seems to work very well. Right, there we are, sort of an estuary scene. Autumn on the estuary, all autumn at the moment. Let's see if I can bring you round to squareness. Well, more or less. Okay, so autumn on a Sussex river, Essex boatyard. I'll think of a title, but it's an autumn scene essentially. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.